Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats, your shoes, and anything else that might fly off during this high-speed cosmic journey. Today, we're about to blast off into the great unknown and explore the galaxy like never before. And don't worry, no spacesuits required. So let's kick things off with the grand spectacle of them all, our very own Milky Way galaxy. But hold your horses, it's not a candy bar. No. This is a giant, swirling disk of stars, planets, and interstellar gas that stretches across space like a cosmic highway. And speaking of highways, our solar system is just one tiny little exit off the Milky Way's main freeway, located in a humble corner near the spiral arm. I mean, when you think about it, we're like that one unassuming corner diner off the highway that doesn't get much attention but has the best pie in the universe. We might be small, but hey, we're part of the Milky Way, and that's still pretty cool. Now picture this. The Milky Way is about 100,000 light-years wide. If you started at one end and tried to drive across it, you'd need to buckle up for a road trip that would take you 100,000 years. That's a really long car ride, and honestly, I think I'd just stop for a snack after a few light years. And let's not even talk about traffic jams. Imagine billions of stars, gas clouds, and who knows what else, all fighting for space on the cosmic freeway. Yeah, good luck with that, but hey, don't feel bad. Our solar system is doing just fine, cruising along at a speed of about 828,000 kilometers per hour. That's right, while you're stuck in traffic on the way to work, our solar system is zipping around the center of the Milky Way at breakneck speed. It takes us around 230 million years to complete a full orbit around the galactic center. So no big deal, just another casual lap around the galaxy, right? No pressure. And speaking of the solar system, let's give a warm round of applause to our star, the Sun. It's like the ultimate rock star of the solar system, providing all the energy and warmth we need. Without the Sun, let's be honest, we'd all be living in a cold, dark wasteland. But here's the twist. Our Sun is actually a pretty average star. I know, it's hard to believe. But compared to the big bright superstars out there, the Sun is just kind of, well, middle of the road. It's not as flashy as Betelgeuse or as mysterious as black holes, but it's still the life of the party for us. It's the center of our solar system and the reason we're not freezing our butts off in space. But here's a wild thought. While the Sun seems pretty big and important to us, it's just one of around 100 billion stars in the Milky Way. Think about that for a second. 100 billion stars. That's enough to make you feel pretty tiny in the grand scheme of things. But hey, don't let that get you down. Just think of all the other stars we'll never have to share our space with. I mean, would you want to live next door to a supernova? I didn't think so. Okay, let's get a bit technical for a second. How do we know where we are in the galaxy? Good question. Thanks to some brilliant minds and fancy technology, we figured it out. But back in the day, things were a bit trickier. In 1785, an astronomer named William Herschel looked up at the stars and thought, I think I can figure this out. And boom, he started mapping the stars, getting a sense of where Earth and our solar system fit into the bigger picture. Can you imagine just one guy with a telescope mapping out the stars like it was his full-time job? Talk about a cosmic overachiever, but even Herschel didn't have all the answers. Fast forward to the early 20th century, and along comes Harlow Shapley, who took things a step further. Shapley was like the Sherlock Holmes of the cosmos, using star clusters to figure out how big the Milky Way really is. He was the first to suggest that the Sun wasn't the center of everything, but rather we were located about 2/3 of the way out from the galactic center. Let's just say Shapley really shaped our understanding of the galaxy, pun totally intended. So, how do we know what our galaxy really looks like? Well, if you think about it, trying to take a selfie of the Milky Way from inside it is like trying to take a photo of your kitchen while you're standing in the fridge. It's not that easy, right? To get a true picture, scientists rely on computer simulations and data from telescopes. They put all that info together to create a virtual model of the Milky Way. So when you see those stunning images of the galaxy, just know they're not real photos. They're like a beautiful, high-tech interpretation. It's kind of like how we all look better in Instagram filters, right? And here's where it gets cool. With modern telescopes and supercomputers, scientists are able to create more detailed models of the galaxy than ever before. They simulate everything from the rotation of stars to the movement of gas clouds. It's like building the world's most complicated video game, but with way more stars and no game over screen. But there's still a lot we don't know. For example, we haven't even been able to see the entire galaxy yet. Sure, we've got maps, simulations, and some fancy instruments, but we still don't have a full 360-degree view.
Part of that's because we're stuck inside the galaxy, and part of it's because the galaxy is just so vast that we can't capture the whole thing with one picture. It's like trying to take a panoramic shot of the whole world while you're still standing in your living room. Speaking of what we haven't seen, let's talk about the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way. It's called Sagittarius AI. Yes, with a star in the name, because even black holes need a little star power. This black hole is massive, millions of times the mass of the Sun. And you'd think it would be the biggest, baddest thing in the galaxy, right? But nope. We can't see it directly because, well, black holes are pretty good at being, you guessed it, black. But we know it's there because of the way it pulls on the stars around it.
Talk about cosmic charisma. So what's next for space exploration? Well, in terms of getting there, we've got a long way to go. The closest star to us, Proxima Centauri, is about 4.24 light-years away. To put that in perspective, light travels at a speed of 300,000 kilometers per second, and it would still take us over 4 years to get there. And that's if we could travel at the speed of light, which, spoiler alert, we can't. But don't worry, future generations might have it a bit easier. With advances in technology and maybe some alien help, if we're lucky, we might just be zooming through the galaxy like it's nothing. So next time you're stargazing, remember, you're not just staring at some distant twinkling lights. You're looking at a whole galaxy filled with billions of stars, planets, and mysteries yet to be solved. It's mind-blowing, really. So keep your eyes to the skies, folks. The universe is big, it's wild, and it's waiting for all of us to explore. Buckle up, it's going to be one heck of a ride. And that's a wrap, my fellow space explorers. Next time, we're diving into the fascinating world of Europa, one of Jupiter's moons. Will we find aliens? Will we find ice? Will we just find a giant cosmic snowball? Stay tuned, because the adventure is just beginning.